In this video, we're going to walk and talk you through how to pass your ACCA SBL exam, hearing from a national prize winner from Mauritius, ranked #1. Get your pen and paper at the ready, ladies and gentlemen, because Angkush is going to take us through his tips, his insights that led him to finish #1 for Mauritius. But Angkush, feel free to introduce yourself, my friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Angkush. I am from Mauritius and I work as an accounting educator in a secondary school in Mauritius.
Oh, wow, wicked. Well, for this video, we're just going into the SBL exam, Angkush. Imagine if you had to go and do it again. How would you go about it? What was your sort of journey? Did you self-study? Did you go through a provider? Let the viewers know how you did it.
First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge that SBL is indeed a bulky paper. It's a compulsory paper. We cannot decide to do it or not to do it. We have to do it. And if someone does not like too much literature, if I can put it that way, he or she might not really like SBL, because SBL is more about writing and analyzing. There are calculations, yes, but it's more about interpreting and analyzing. The first thing that I did when I decided to embark on the SBL journey was I downloaded the Open Tuition free notes. I downloaded the notes, I printed them. Yes, we are living in the modern era where we can read from our laptop, but I always like reading, having my pen and paper, highlighting and so on. So this is the first thing which I did.
Nice.
I also printed all the technical articles. This is one thing which I think many students miss out. We have to go through each and every technical articles. We surely won't remember every single technical article, but just reading through them, learning some bit about each and every technical article on a daily basis really helps out. Whether you are in a bus, you have 10 minutes waiting before an appointment, the technical article really helps for this module. So the first advice that I would like to give to anyone undertaking SBL would be technical articles.
Brilliant. Yeah, they're so underrated. They are completely free as well. And for SBL, they go through some of those key areas of theory that you just need to know for your exam. You've got your Porter's 5 forces on there, Pestle. They've got individual articles for each theory, which really helps to break it down on there. But what else springs to mind on Kush that really helped you to get that top mark for Mauritius in the SBL exam?
I think one needs to be consistent. There are many students who, many senior colleagues who, when I asked them what are the tips that they could give me before I embark on this journey, some of them told me that, you should do each paper over a span of 6 months. I believe 6 months is a really long time. One can cover any ACCA paper, if I can say that, within 2 to 3 months itself, if that person is consistent. Consistency is key for me. If on a daily basis, we take out some time just to read a few notes, to practice questions. Practice also is quite important. We cannot just read one question, read the examiner's report, read the model answer, because this is not how it works. Take out your laptop, read one question, type your answer, even if it is just 5 to 10 lines, at least you have started. Compare it with the examiner's report. Go on YouTube. There are so many free resources. There are so many questions that are explained in detail by top tutors across the world. Just go through this. Take time. It's a very lengthy paper.
Yes.
And at the very start, I remember doing only one question. And I used to take around 2 to 3 hours, just one question. But with time and practice, and I repeat, being consistent is what is going to help one succeed in this paper.
Definitely. And also utilizing the CBE platform, making sure that you're getting used to how it all works on there, because in the exam, so many students waste so much time on the CBE platform where going through the scenario, then getting your answer down, planning your answer. How did you get on? I always get asked about time management in the SBL exam. answering 100 marks? How did you overcome that to get such a high mark?
I think you've mentioned correctly that getting used to the CB platform is also very important. And as far as SBL is concerned, structuring your answer is very, very, very important.
Mm,
You need to have a proper heading. You need to break your answer into several paragraphs, because if we think from the perspective of a marker, the marker would not want to read only one single big paragraph. At the end
yeah.
of the day, he or she is a human being. He or she gets tired, gets bored. So even if there's a question that we're not sure about, let us try to present it in a way that somehow makes the work, the marking task of the examiner easier for him or her. So
Mm,
have a proper heading, break your answer into several paragraphs, have a conclusion, focus on the professional marks you are given. I'm not sure if it is still the same 20 marks professional,
mhm.
if I'm correct. So try to grab those marks, because those are not very difficult to get.
Yeah.
Just master how to get those professional marks, and then I think the rest 80 marks one can work around, let's say 40% or
Mm,
50% out of 80. Because if we are already getting, let's say, 15 out of 20 in the professional marks, and then we don't have to work that much on 80, it's a definite pass when you
mm.
combine all of them.
Yes, indeed. But I can hear the students on the other side of the screen saying, James, you've got to ask him, how do I get to that stage where I feel confident so that I know about the professional skills marks. I know about the technical areas. Did you read some of the maybe examiners' reports on there, or were you doing lots of mock papers to time? How did you approach all of it? How did it go for your studying to get you to that confidence level?
I think a student will know that he or she is on the right track, that he is almost ready. We are never ready in ACCA. Almost ready is the right way to say it. You will feel almost ready when you have a look at a paper and you know that, okay, there's something that I can write about for each of the questions that I can see in front of me. Nothing seems out of subject. Nothing seems completely new to me. If while reading each question, you're able to say, okay, there's something that I can write about it, then you're on the right track. And second thing which I would like to say is that in any exam, whether it's SBL or any other ACCA paper, there will be some parts, but we might feel we have never learned before. Where
Mm.
does this come from? I never saw this. But we should not stop. Read it again. Try to apply your knowledge and try to see how you can write something by linking it to the scenario. There's always a way out. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that cannot be answered.
Yes, yeah, really good advice there. And I love how you said linking it to the scenario. It's one of the things that whenever I mark papers, I go, you're talking sense, but you're not linking it to the company, to the business that it's referring to. Another thing that really helped me when I was doing my exams was I tried to use the words in the requirement to actually shape my answers. So if they were talking about cash flow or working capital management, I'm there going, right, I've got to put cash flow in my answer. I've got to put working capital management in there so that the person who's reading it goes, they're on the right lines. Maybe I could give them a mark or two on there. But again, sort of like, how many mock papers did you do? Did you do many at a time? Like, how did it work in your revision stage as well?
I don't really believe in quantity. I believe in quality. I did all the specimen papers, past
Mm,
exam practice that were available on the CB platform. After having done this, I did all the questions whose answers were already there on YouTube, explained by a tutor.
mhm,
The third thing which I did, I ensured that in every chapter, from every chapter, I have worked at least one or two or even three questions. Because if a student works out 1 to 3 questions from each chapter, that student will automatically have an insight, a knowledge of that chapter. There will be nothing that will be completely out of this world when he's going to have a paper.
No, it's a really good point. It's so that whatever they give you on the exam day, you can have a really good go at it and think, I've got a chance of passing here as well for it. The other things to mention are that if you've got a bit of time before your SBL exam, the ethics and professional skills module that you have to do to qualify, the stats show that students who do that ethics and professional skills module are more likely to pass the examination. I mean, did you do yours before your exam? Can you remember, or did you do it afterwards?
If I can be very frank about it, I did it when I completed all the papers.
There you go, you
It,
see.
it's not something. It is the ethics module surely helps because statistics prove so. But I did not do it. I did it at the last when I completed all my 4 papers. So in my case, I don't think it played against me.
Mm,
But yes, maybe if I had done it earlier, it would have helped me to earn more marks. That's
yeah.
the only thing I can say.
Yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree with you, but it's just so that students who are watching this will be going, crikey, Ankush on there has actually been doing all the technical articles. He goes through every single chapter. He's done all of the mock and CBE practice questions available on ACCA's website. He's doing lots of revision questions as he goes through. Is there any sort of way that you were going about your sort of work? How did you sort of balance it with other commitments in your life? Because the SBL exam has a lot of syllabus areas and a lot of things to cover.
It is indeed a bulky paper. But then like I already mentioned, you don't have to sit for 2 hours straight. You don't have to sit for 3 hours straight to study any paper, any ACCA paper. What one can do, just have the materials ready. For example, you are going out for an appointment, you are accompanying someone to the supermarket, and you know that you're going to have 15 minutes. Instead of sitting idle 15 minutes, why don't take out a technical article? Just read, highlight something new,
Mm,
and just jot down what you don't understand so that you can refer to the study text later. But towards the end, let's say 2 to 3 weeks before the exam, make sure that there's intensive practice.
mm. Yeah, it's
The
not.
10 minutes, the 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes tip that I just gave is like when you're starting 3 months before, 2 months before.
Mm,
But the last 2 to 3 weeks are crucial. It has to be,
yeah,
the papers have to be done consistently on an everyday basis.
yeah. So it becomes sort of second nature. It's just,
Yes.
but I always find with SBL, when I read some of the past papers, is you've got to get good at looking at the scenario and then going, I can see a political factor in there. I can see an environmental area. I can see some legal aspects. So then your mind has to trigger under the exam pressure that this is that they're trying to get me to use the pestle model here. And then I've got to take the model, apply it to the requirement, because it will be about 12 to 14 marks or so. And then, like you said, you've got to structure your answer. First paragraph about the political areas, then next one probably about environmental. That's the sort of technique that I have in my mind. I mean, are there any other techniques that really helped you? Maybe like planning your answer or?
I would say that before planning your answer, you have to read the scenario first.
Mm,
And I'm sure that you will agree with me. Sometimes the scenario can be very lengthy. So make use of the highlighters. I think you can highlight in different colors.
mm,
Whenever you spot something that is very important that you can use later when writing your answer, just highlight it in blue. When you continue, highlight it in pink. Continue highlighting in different colors because this is what is going to make you remember what you highlighted. Feel free to use the resources that are there on the platform. Use tables,
mm.
use the fonts, italics, underlines, shape your answer properly. Make it, yes, the content has to be good, but if your answer is visually appealing, the examiner will automatically feel at ease while reading your answer. And
Yeah,
we might never know, the examiner might give you 1 mark for that.
yeah. If
Also,
it doesn't look
when
rushed, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when we are typing, we don't think what we are typing about. We are just typing. So always when you're typing, try to think. Okay, I have typed 2 sentences. Have I typed enough to earn 1 mark?
Mm,
Have I typed those sentences for nothing? If it's for nothing, then why is it there? Sometimes, yes, we need to type something just to give an overview. We cannot start answering the question directly. But make sure at the back of your mind, whenever you're typing, okay, whatever am I typing right now? How many marks have I earned if I were to correct myself? 1 mark or 2 marks? Okay, 1 mark. Okay, let's continue then. This is how I used to assess myself
mm.
because
That's
you're not only the student, you can be your own marker.
Yeah, no, that's really good advice, and especially when you're being your own marker, be really, really strict and harsh on yourself. Don't go, probably got a mark there, maybe not on there. It's like because that is the gap between a pass and a fail on there because they're going to be really harsh. So the SBL exam only has around about a 50% pass rate on there. So for every 2 students that go to the exam, sadly only one will pass it on there. But Ankush, are there any other final nuggets of pure SBL gold that you can share with students who are watching now that could be the difference in getting them to pass?
I would just like to say that you don't have to, you can, but you don't have to necessarily take up expensive courses because expensive courses do not equate to a guaranteed pass. Before thinking of taking a course, which anyone can, of course, but try to think what can I get freely available. You have open tuition, but you can get notes easily available. You have the free videos. Just type SBL on the search bar on YouTube, and you will see that there are plenty of videos that you will never be able to watch in one lifetime. So
Mm.
make use of those. Print the technical articles, write down your notes, underline the words that you don't understand, get back to the study text, anything. There are podcasts on so many platforms. Make use of these
Yeah, no,
because at
really.
the end,
Oh, yes, sir.
because at the end of the day, if I may add, at this stage when doing a level 3 paper, we are professionals. We cannot expect to be spoon fed.
Mm. Yeah, it's at that final level. This is where it gets really serious, where we've got to work out who's going to pass, and as you can see behind you, to get those lovely certificates and everything like that, because it means it's all worth it for those hard yards on there. But I have to say, Ankush, thank you so much for sharing all of your insights coming on the channel today for your debut as well, guys. If you've got any questions, leave us some down at the bottom in the comments. I'll also put all of my free SBL videos down there. Check them out. They're all on there showing my insights, and we will see you in another video. So make sure you subscribe. But thank you so much, Ankush. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.
Lovely. Cheers, guys. Have a great day.